Greetings. Today we present an exceptional opportunity for you to consider. We cordially invite you to embark on a profound journey, a transition towards spiritual enlightenment that could reshape your understanding of the world. In this video, you will hear a chapter titled The Act of Renunciation from the book The Journey Begins Within by SAVI. In this chapter you will learn 1. How to embrace transformation by letting go of old emotional attachments. 2. Allow the experiencing of a divine connection, feeling the presence of spirit in your everyday life. 3. Ultimately, how to seek inner peace by understanding that we are all connected and divine. I hope you enjoy it. See the video description for additional details.
The Act of Renunciation, embracing the gift yet to come. As I shared in the previous chapters, the Spirit had manifested. I had accepted the renunciation of my old emotional attachments, and with this, the identity that needed to die off so the new one could be born. As the last 2 weeks of December went on, I made the conscious decision to show up in the lives of those I was leaving behind as the best version of myself. I said to myself, with every warm embrace I gave, "This is what unconditional love is, and what a father, lover, boyfriend, brother, mother, father, etc. should do. Thank you for showing up in my life to teach me the lessons you did. You are now free. I know who you are in truth." I gave my best in every aspect of these interactions, knowing that each of the souls that had appeared until that day in my life did so in common accord to experience these lessons alongside me. Nothing but acceptance and a heightened sense of peace permeated my existence. As the holidays passed, it was time to say goodbye and leave. In these heightened states of awareness, I had begun months ago to soften the emotional blow I was about to take by the end of the year. I started reaching out to other people and trying to meet individuals who might also be going through their awakening journey. Fortunately, I met an extraordinary person online. I didn't know then how important this person was about to become in my journey, or that we even had a prior connection from a previous timeline. To summon the courage and raise my expectations for what was to come, I spontaneously agreed to meet this person in her native country during the first 8 days of 2023. I figured I wasn't ready for anything new to enter my life yet, but I wanted to continue making sense of the journey I had agreed to undertake. Throughout our interactions before my visit, we discovered that the Spirit had begun showing up in our lives approximately simultaneously. In her case, she had undergone a very similar process of purging the old to embrace the new, and I was eager to compare notes face to face. I couldn't wait. So off I went, and during what can only be categorized as a magical first few days, we got in touch with nature and experienced a simpler life than the one we often live in modern society. We exchanged our spiritual gifts with each other. Hours turned into full-day discussions about our manifestations and the implications for the lives we were to lead. As I explained earlier, each soul entering our lives comes for an exchange. We both learn from each other and serve as mirrors for the benefit of our evolution. I'll only share a few critical aspects of our exchange since it's the example rather than the content that matters. In my case, I had gained the Gnostic knowledge of what a natural diet was, which she also needed to acquire. I've dedicated a whole chapter to this information, so that I won't go into much detail here. So during those days, I shared my insights and instructed her on my adopted methods. In her way, she also reciprocated with the wisdom she had gained. You might ask, what's so special about that? Nothing extraordinary, right? Hold that thought before you jump to any conclusions. Halfway through the week, coincidentally, we did a big grocery haul at an excellent supermarket on a Wednesday at noon. At that moment, Spirit spoke to her as I was about to pay for the purchases. From what I recall, she later shared that she felt the usual presence of Spirit and heard the words, "Heal him." A quick side note, you never get highly detailed instructions from the Spirit. At that moment, she was inclined to place her hand over my right shoulder as I faced her and the cashier. I will try to describe what happened next, but I may not do it justice. What could be described as a supernatural vision unfolded in my mind. Some might call it an activation of our third eye, or others of our pineal gland. Either way, no one can confirm these gifts or how they come about, but many can attest to the human ability to have visions as vivid as the reality we perceive through sight. At that moment, with the palpable sensation of it occurring in real time, I saw a white light enter my body from the back, passing between all my organs and muscles. It was almost like seeing a live MRI scan in my head. This light reached and encircled my heart, and I felt my heart instantly jolt within my chest cavity, seemingly shifting its position. I can't determine what exactly changed or was healed. What I can confirm is that after this event, many of my past hurts from failed emotional relationships seemed to fade away from my consciousness and memory. It was as if Spirit had performed a master emotional reset of my hard drive containing that information. I was free once again, but I didn't realize it then. Completely stunned and frozen for what must have been a few minutes, the cashier asked me if I was okay. As the vision left me and I regained my breath, I responded, "Yes, everything is all right." I paid for our groceries and then turned to my friend, asking her what on earth had happened. I was met by the sparkle of kind eyes and a warm smile there. Once we both got back in the car and everything settled, we shared what we felt and experienced. It was like mutual reassurance that we weren't going mad and on an extraordinary journey. As the week went on, we continued our exchanges and revelations. She disclosed that she had met me in a past life but didn't share anything more than that. We agreed to stay in touch and see where life would take us next, with a sense of adventure and awe akin to children playing freely in a playground. As we said our farewells, I remember feeling complete peace that day. I had a hotel reservation near the airport but stayed at an airport capsule hotel to avoid the early morning rush hour. What happened next was something I could never have anticipated. I was awakened by a bright light similar to my past experiences, but it was distinctly different this time. I could barely see anything in the room, only the bed I was lying on and the outlines of the room through my peripheral vision amidst an all-encompassing light. During this, I felt the same unconditional divine love I'd initially encountered in my vivid dream about my grandfather Oscar. Almost as if I was about to pass to the other side. Yet I heard a mighty voice stating, "I have come to wake you up so you finally understand that I am you and you are me." Unable to see anything but a beautiful three-dimensional lotus flower-like apparition turning on itself and the engulfing light, I reached to touch the flower. I passed out as the energy was too great. Later, I learned that the lotus flower is widely recognized for its symbolic meanings of purity, spiritual awakening, rebirth, and overcoming adversity. It grows in muddy waters and rises above the surface to bloom with remarkable beauty. The lotus flower's ability to emerge clean and pristine from murky waters each day is often seen as a metaphor for the human spirit's capacity to remain untouched by the impurities of the environment. It rises above worldly attachments and ignorance. The turning on itself describes the lotus flower's daily cycle of closing at night and reopening with the sunrise. This cycle can symbolize rebirth or renewal, as the lotus flower perpetually renews itself daily. It could also represent introspection or self-reflection, as the flower's closing might be seen as a turning inward and its opening as an expression of awakening and enlightenment. It was a strong message from beyond that I had achieved a spiritual victory in my life's journey and entered a new chapter or stage. That morning I woke up in time to catch my flight. Despite the incomprehensibility of what had transpired just a few hours earlier, I checked in and boarded my plane. It took me the rest of the year to integrate these events into my understanding and even longer to gather the courage to share them with loved ones and the world. As we progress on the path of truth, it becomes easier to tread, as our true selves fear nothing more than inauthenticity. The final lesson in this passage is the realization that we are one and the same, experiencing reality through our senses, but at our core, as I've mentioned before, we are divine. Our bodies are temples that deserve honor and respect. I hope to share these experiences to encourage a questioning of the lies you may have been told throughout your life, and inspire your journey of discovery for the benefit of all.
If the content moves you, we invite you to embark on your journey by purchasing a copy of the book at Amazon, Kindle, or iBook today. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, keep exploring. The journey begins within. Click like and subscribe for additional details. See the video description.